Let's create our first pipeline in Kafka Streams API. So for that, let's go to IntelliJ IDEA and create a new project. So we need to define the name of the project, and we need to define the JDK. And for the build tool, we are using a Maven. So we are defining an archetype here. And after adding an archetype, or like choosing one from the list, we can create a project. But in our case, I already created a project. So let's go and open the project. So first, there are three files, right, that I've already created here. So the first one is that we need to take a look at is the pom.xml. It's basically our build file. So we have here what? We have here two dependencies. The first one is that the Kafka Streams API. It's basically that the Kafka Streams dependency for building our pipeline. And I also added one more, Kafka clients, for having a simple consumption to see the results of our pipeline. So now let's go to our file. The pipeline that we are going to create today is very simple. Pipeline is basically that we have one input topic where we are publishing sentences. So for example, we publish a sentence, split sentence into word, right? Let's say this is the sentence. So we are publishing this sentence into the Kafka topic. So what happens is our pipeline counts how many times each word is repeated in that sentence and in all the other sentences that are published to that topic, and it calculates the result and it publishes to our output topic, which is a word count topic, right? But let's go step by step. So what we have here, the first step is for creating our pipeline, we need to define the properties, right? We need to define the configuration. In the configuration, the first thing that we do is we are defining the application ID. It's basically unique for the stream processing pipeline. It must be unique within the Kafka cluster. So the next one is that we are defining our Kafka server, and in our case we are just using a local host because we are running it locally, and for the port, we are using 1992 because this is the one that we are using default for Kafka. And also we are defining our key value for serialization and deserialization, key for the key and value of the messages that we are publishing or consuming. The next one is we are defining a stream builder, and in the next step is what we do. We are creating we are reading from our input topic, right? So our input topic, as I said, is we will just call it input topic. So it's a topic where we are publishing our sentences. So for example, we are publishing to our input topic, read from the input topic sentence, right? In the next step, what we do, we are taking every sentence from that topic, and we are splitting that by the space. So for example, we are splitting this sentence, let's say, by the space, and we have how many words here? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And each word is repeated once. So then we are grouping them. We are grouping them where the key is being the word and the value is being how many times that word is repeated. So, and in this step, we are counting the words. And in the next step, what we do, we are taking those words, we are publishing those words into our word count topic, right? So we are producing to that topic with the key and the value, right? With the key is being the word and the value is being how many times that word is repeated. And in the next step, we are creating a Kafka streams, which is where we are passing our builder that we are created and the configurations that we have created earlier, and we are starting our pipeline. And also we are adding a shutdown hook in order to gracefully end our pipeline without using extra resources and so on. So that's it. That's all what we need. And now the next step is we need to create two topics, right? Input topic and the word count topic. So I've already created those topics. And for the input topic, we need to create a producer, which I have already created. So here we have a producer to the input topic, right? So we are adding here sentences, and the producer from the word count topic, the consumer from the word count topic, it will it will display us how many times each word is repeated. So let's start our pipeline. So we have started our pipeline. Now it will process the messages that are published to the input topic. It will count the words, and after that it will write the result to the word count topic. So now let's go and start our consumer. Our consumer is very simple Kafka consumer. In our consumer, we are defining again the configurations. We are starting our Kafka consumer, and we are consuming from word count topic, right? So we are consuming from our word count topic every second. So let's start our consumer also. So we have started our consumer, and now let's go to our producer, right? So now let's go to our producer and write this sentence. For example, today is wonderful day, right? So this is our sentence. So now what's going to happen is our pipeline is taking each word and it count that word. So how many times each word is repeated, and it produces that, sends those messages to our output topic, which is the word count topic. So let's send something else. Let's say for example, today is Friday, right? Today is Friday. So what happened is right now, so today is Friday, right? Friday is repeated once, but as you see, today and the is repeated twice. Now the count of the today is increased to 2, and the is also increased to 2. So for example, let's say that let's write more sentences, right? Let's send more messages to our Kafka topic. For example, today is second day of the month. Okay, so again, we are sending every time when we send a message to the Kafka topic, what happens is so again, we send, and it will take some time. So what happened is, again, right, today is again repeated 3 times. Today is repeated 3 times. Every time when we send, it calculates how many times that word is repeated not in that sentence, but in the previous sentences. Also overall, totally how many words have been published to that topic. And if we publish that word one more time, it will increase the count of it. For example, today is repeated 3 times, and the day is twice, of is once, the is once, and the month is once.